Hey everyone, in this video I'll be reviewing the UWYSTON Nintendo controller. Now, the reason I got this controller is I was looking on the Amazon market for a cheaper alternative to the Pro controller that Nintendo sells, because for £54 I don't have that kind of money to spend on 4 people to buy 4 controllers. I just needed something quick, relatively good quality, and good value for money. And then that's when I found this, the UWYSTON Nintendo controller for £22. For first impressions, I quite like the retro look of it. When I first saw this on Amazon, it really reminded me of the NES Nintendo controller, and for my generation, it kind of flies over my head in terms of nostalgia, but for maybe some of you guys, this might be a very good looking controller. I wasn't expecting it to be a whole lot better than the Pro controller, but I haven't really had the chance to try the Pro controller, so I guess my review is kind of biased on this controller. For someone who's just looking for a quick game, just with friends or family, this is a very good controller. In terms of features, this actually has Bluetooth-enabled connectivity to the Nintendo Switch, which is very good, as I was expecting a wired controller for this kind of money. It also has some nice little touches over the NES design, especially with the plus and minus buttons and the full range of analog sticks at the bottom. In terms of build quality, it is a bit rough with the plastic, but kudos to UWYSTON, they have pulled off a very nice retro design with a nice inclusion of the coloured buttons and the rubberized analog sticks and media buttons. The plastic itself is a little bit rough, it's not that surprising, but to hold it in your hand and to play, it's not noticeable at all, and it's quite nice. In terms of the size of the controller, it does fit into your hand very nicely. It has got a very nice ergonomic design, something that I was kind of expecting to be a little bit uncomfortable for the shape of this design, but it's fine. A very nice inclusion actually into the controller is the USB-C in the front. This allows for faster charging compared to micro USB, so it's a very nice inclusion in the box. However, the USB-C lead that comes with the controller is very annoyingly short, like too short to be useful. It just reaches the Switch around the corner, so it's out of sight. If you're thinking of using this controller wired, just constantly to play, I would definitely get a longer lead on Amazon or anywhere else you can find it, because the lead that comes in the box is just too short. In terms of battery life, I think this is where it falls a little bit short of the Pro controller. I mean, Nintendo would definitely have put a lot more build and quality into the Nintendo Pro controller, but UWYSTON just providing a cheaper alternative, I'm not too surprised about this. But the battery life isn't that great. I would say you get roughly 4.5 hours, 5 like they say on Amazon, but it does require charging quite a bit, and the low battery sign that pops up is quite annoying during long gaming sessions. I find that the best use of this controller is when you have multiple and you can switch out between them as you play. Still a bit annoying if you're hoping for something that can last you the whole session, but if you're looking at this price point, then that's kind of the drawback you have to take. Actually playing with it though, it is a nice controller to use. The buttons are responsive, the triggers are okay, they're a bit clunky, especially with the D-pad, it's a bit loud, but not noticeable at all if you're playing. The controller does include gyroscopic control, and it's okay, I think it's pretty good. It's a nice inclusion, especially at this price again, but I think it might eat into your battery a bit more if you have it turned on. The Bluetooth range is good. I haven't noticed any drawbacks or any lag. I think in terms of input response, I did test it against the Nintendo Joy-Cons we already have, and I think they just beat it by a little bit in terms of input response. I would say the market for this controller is anyone looking just for a cheap, good to use controller, just for a party or for friends or family. They don't want to spend too much on Joy-Cons or Pro controllers in Nintendo kind of expensively already sell. It's easy to use, it's got a nice feature of fast charging so you're always ready on the go. I would say it's more suited towards shorter gaming sessions just because of the battery, but my ultimate response to this controller is it's pretty good. For £22 you're getting quite a lot, and it is very usable in Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry if I pronounced UWYSTON wrong. just what I'm going with. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I helped you look for an alternative controller. Maybe give this one a go and see how you feel. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video.